Dear students, as we have discussed in our previous lecture about the Galilean transformations, you must have now understood what are the relationship between a moving frame S prime and a non-moving frame S. Earlier, we have derived the equations of transformation as suggested by Galilean. Those equations were, the first equation was x is equals to x prime plus vt prime, or you may write this equation as x prime is equals to x minus vt. The only difference between these two equations is that the equation number 2 is a direct Galilean transformed equation, whereas this equation number 1 is a inverse Galilean transform equation. So I'll write here as inverse Galilean transformation equation. Now, as we have seen that the other three factors remained unchanged, y was equals to y prime, z was equals to z prime, and the fourth equation was in times, in which that time t was equals to t prime. Now let us solve the numerical problem in which a frame S prime is moving with a constant velocity of 10 centimeter per second with respect to a frame S in the positive x direction. If the position of point is 7, 8, 9 in S prime frame, what will be the position in S frame if the x is coincided 0.5 second earlier? So you can see that all the coordinates in given frame are given to us. For example, the x prime is given as 7 centimeter, y prime is given as 8 centimeter, and your z prime is given as 9 centimeter. Then the time t prime is given as 0.5 centimeter, 0.5 seconds. Then we can calculate the coordinates in non-moving frame S by using the above equations, which is x is equals to x prime plus vt prime, and it is given as x is equals to, this is 7 plus 10 into 0.5, the total comes out to be 12 centimeter. So similarly, the y and z, because they are same, so they will not be changed, they will remain same. Our reference of frame which was moving only along the x-axis. So the new coordinates in S frame will be like 12 centimeter, then 8 centimeter, and then 9 centimeter. This would be the answer to our numerical problem. So I hope you all have understood this numerical. And now let us shift our attention to another topic, which is known as Galilean invariance. It is a very important topic. Galilean invariants are those invariant quantities or the physical quantities which do not change when we apply the Galilean transformation. Here I have described it by definition that a physical quantity or any physical law will be Galilean invariant if it remains the same under the Galilean transformation. So let us understood how this happens. For understanding this, let us now understand the concept of measuring length of an object and the principle of simultaneity. What is principle of simultaneity is, it is the relation between two events assumed to be happening at the same time in this given frame of reference. How we can explain this? You can see I have taken three pictures. This is picture number 1, this is picture number 2, this is picture number 3. In these three pictures, we are trying to calculate the distance traveled by the fish. Now you see a fish swimming in the water tank. If the observer marks the position of the tail from this point of the fish at an instant t1 as x1 and the position of the head at another instant t2, this is the position and this is the time and position t2, then we can calculate that x2 minus x1 will be the length of the fish. But you know, this is not the length of the fish. The length of fish is actually this. Why this difference is occurring? This difference is occurring because we are taking measurement, first measurement at a time t1 and the second measurement at another time t2. Similarly, in figure number 2, the fish is again moving with a velocity v. We are taking the first measurement at time t1 from the head of the fish and the second measurement at time t2 in the tail of the fish, and the difference of x2 minus x1 will give the length of the fish. And you can see this answer would again be wrong because this is not the length of the fish. The length of fish can only be determined if we take a simultaneous measurement at a single time of the head and the tail of a fish so that we can evaluate the true length of the fish. So in order to calculate the length measurement accurately, the positions of the two ends of the fish must be noted simultaneously. This is known as principle of simultaneity. So I hope you have understood the today's lecture, and tomorrow we will complete the Galilean invariance of space and time intervals. Thank you.